Greetings everyone, and welcome to episode 3 on COTA TSR. My name is Tape City, and if you don't know who I am in the Columbus area, my name is Chris. The purpose of these episodes is to help explain what is going on May 1st, 2017. On May 1st, 2017, COTA will be doing their transit system redesign. And what this means is the whole system is going to be redone. And in this process, there will be many service changes. Some routes will be eliminated altogether, and there will also be some new routes as well. Now in this episode, I will be going over routes 8, 9, and 10. And they are the Hamilton Avenue local, the Frebis Ave local, the Leonard Bretnell local, the West Broad Street local, and the East Broad Street local. Now in this example here, I drew up a straight line and wrote bus route. If I highlight a route or a part of a route in green, there will be no changes at all to the bus route. If I highlight a part of the route in yellow, that means that part of the route is going to be dropped on May 1st, 2017, but a different bus route will be serving that area. And if I highlight a part of the bus route in red or highlight a route completely in red, that means that route is getting discontinued, and I will then refer to the closest routes, if any, that are near the affected route. We will start off with the number 8 Hamilton Avenue local. And here is what the route looks like today. As you can see, it starts off on High Street to 11th Avenue. Then turns on to 11th Avenue until it gets to Cleveland. Then turns on to Cleveland Avenue, but only for a short time before turning off, and then traveling up Hamilton Avenue, McGuffey Road, and then KARL Road. The route branches off at East North Broadway, with one branch going up KARL Road and another branch going up MAIZE Road, before the two link up together just north of Morse Road. When the route reaches 161, it turns onto Dublin Granville Road and then lays over just past a giant eagle. Ironically enough, that giant eagle is closing sometime this year. Now from Boardwalk and Shafter Avenue to Morse Road and KARL Road, that part of the route will be staying the same, so there'll be no changes there. Now from Morse Road and KARL Road to Oakland Park and McGuffey via MAIZE Road, that part of the route originally during my research was going to get discontinued. However, doing some research, I found that MAIZE Road will be serviced by the number 11 BRYDEN MAIZE. And there was also some confusion about the route traveling on Morse Road east of KARL, north on Tamarack, and west on Red Robin Road. And originally, I couldn't find anything. I later discovered that it was that particular part of Route 8 was mixed up in Route 9, which I will be covering in a little bit. And I thought it was going to get discontinued. However, when I looked at the revised KARL Road local, that part of the route was still serviced, so as far as I can tell, that part of the route is still going to be there in May 1st, 2017. Now, from KARL Road and Morse Road to East 11th and 5th Avenue, that part of the route will be staying the same, so there'll be no changes there. Now, East 11th Avenue had no mention of the East 11th Avenue bus. So I wasn't sure if it was getting discontinued or if it was still going to be there. However, after looking at the revised KARL local, that part of the route is still going to be serviced. However, the Chittenden Avenue stops are getting discontinued. And the closest buses nearby will be the KARL local or the OSU-RICKENBACKER crosstown. And finally, from North High Street and East 11th to downtown, that part of the route is being dropped from the number 8, but you will still have buses that will take you there if you need to. You will have to utilize the Kinney Road local, North High Street local, or the 2L High Street Polaris Crosstown. And if you're wondering what the route is going to look like on May 1st, 2017, here is what the route looks like. As you can see, this entire route is a big fat red line, which according to the TSR and information is 15 minutes or better bus service. So you can see 15 minutes or better bus service, so there will be good bus service on this route. Now we will be taking a look at the Frebis Avenue local. And here is what the route looks like today. It starts downtown, travels down several side streets. It gets onto Frebis Avenue, travels east on Frebis, south on Lockbourne, and then travels to a handful of other side streets. That dotted line you see there represents 2 select trips that travel to the Marion Franklin Community Center. Now, from downtown to Jager Street and Hanford Street, that part of the route is being discontinued. And depending on where you are, you either have to utilize either the Refugee local or the South High Street local. Now, from Hanford Street and Jager Street to Hanford Street and Washington Avenue, that part of the route is being dropped from the Frebis Avenue local. However, it will still be serviced by the South High Street local. Now, this area here between Hanford and Washington and Frebis and Parsons wasn't mentioned in the comparison guide. So my only assumption is that part of the route is being discontinued and there were no bus stops in that area. Now from Frebis Avenue and Parsons Avenue to Lockbourne and Cobell Road, that part of the route will stay the same. The 2 select trips that travel to Marion Franklin Community Center are being eliminated, and you will have to utilize the Lockbourne local in May 1st, 2017. Now, from Cobell Road and Lockbourne Road to Fairwood and Watkins, that part of the route will still be the same, so there will be no changes to that area. But after this point, it gets a little complicated, so please pay attention carefully. Now, from Watkins and Fairwood to Watkins and Rearton Drive, that part of the route is being discontinued, and you will have to utilize the nearby Lockbourne local to get to those places. Now from Rearton Drive and Watkins Road to Vince Drive and Norwalk Road, that part of the route is staying the same, so there'll be no changes there. Now from Norwalk Road and Vince Drive to Fairwood and Vince, that part of the route is being discontinued, and you'll have to utilize the Lockbourne local, which is nearby. Now from Fairwood and Vince to Fairwood and Southfield Drive south, that part of the route is staying the same, so there'll be no changes there. And from Southfield Drive south and Fairwood Avenue to Grovewood and Fairwood Avenue, that part of the route is being discontinued, and once again you will have to utilize the nearby Lockbourne local. And yes, as I've already mentioned once, on May 1st, 2017, the route number will change for 4 and the Frebis Avenue local will be renamed the Lockbourne local. And if you're wondering what the route is going to look like on May 1st, 2017, here is what the route looks like. As you can see, it starts downtown and then starts to travel in the same fashion as the Parsons Avenue bus does. And keep in mind the Parsons Avenue local is getting discontinued. When the bus reaches Parsons and Frebis, it will turn on the Frebis and then resume the regular Frebis Avenue local as we know it today. When it gets down to Watkins Road, that's where the changes start to happen, as it will travel a new path and also travel east on Watkins Road until Alum Creek Drive, and then travel south on Alum Creek Drive before laying over. So this bus route will come very close to Value City, where I work. And as you can see here, this blue line indicates standard bus service of 60 minutes or better. Now we will take a look at the Leonard Bretnell local, and here is what the route looks like today. As you can see, it starts downtown, travels up on Cleveland Avenue to 2nd, then travels onto 2nd, then St. Clair, then 5th Avenue, and then travels to Bretnell. It then goes up north on Bretnell with a small branch off going down a couple side streets before getting back on to Bretnell. It then proceeds up a bunch of other streets before making its final destination to Northern Lights Park and Ride. The dotted line you see on the map indicates Sunday only service, so on Sundays it will continue north past Northern Lights Park and Ride and go all the way up to Granville Center. And the main reason the number 9 goes farther on Sundays is because the dotted line Monday through Saturday is covered by the Cassidy Avenue crosstown. Now, it is a good rule of thumb to say that the downtown alignment is going to change on May 1st, 2017 because the number 9 Leonard Bretnell is going to connect up with the West Mound Street local. Now, from downtown to Cleveland Avenue and 2nd Avenue, that part of the route is going to be dropped from the number 9. However, it will still be covered by the Cleveland Avenue local, which will become the CMAX BRT in January of next year. Now, from 2nd Avenue in Cleveland to 2nd Avenue in St. Clair, that part of the route is discontinued, and nearby routes will be the number 6 Cleveland, the number 9 Bretnell, and the OSU-RICKENBACKER crosstown. Now, from St. Clair and 2nd to Bretnell and Delvin Drive, that part of the route is going to stay the same, so there'll be no changes there. Now, from Delvin Drive and Bretnell to Bar Harbor Road and Mock Road, that part of the route is being discontinued, and you will have to utilize nearby either the number 9 Bretnell or the free 1 Hudson crosstown. Now, from Mock Road and Bar Harbor Road to Mock Road and Bretnell, that part of the route is being dropped from the number 9, but it will still be covered by the 31 Hudson crosstown. From Bretnell Avenue and Mock Road to Purdue Avenue and Agler Road, that part of the route is going to stay the same, so there'll be no changes there. From Agler and Purdue to Westerville and Ennis, that part of the route is being discontinued, and your nearby routes will be, depending on where you are, the Cleveland Avenue local, the Bretnell local, or the 32 North Broadway crosstown. And from Ennis Road and Westerville Road to Ennis Road in Cleveland and Northern Lights Park and Ride, that part of the route will be discontinued. However, it will still be covered by the 32 North Broadway. And then Cleveland Avenue and Ennis Road to Cleveland Avenue and Cook Road, which is currently covered Sundays only by this route, that part of the route is being dropped, and you'll have to utilize the Cleveland Avenue local for that part. Now, from Cook Road and Cleveland Avenue to Shanley Drive and KARL Road, which is Sundays only, that part of the route is being discontinued, and there is unfortunately no alternative routes. Now, from KARL Road and Shanley Drive to Dublin Granville Road, that part will also be serviced by the number 8 KARL, and it will not be serviced by the number 9 on May 1st, 2017. And last but not least, the Granville Center Road, where the bus currently lays over, will also be discontinued, and nearby you will have to utilize either the number 8 KARL local or the Dublin Granville crosstown, a new bus route that will be implemented May 1st, 2017. And if you're wondering what the number 9 is going to look like, here's what it's going to look like on May 1st, 2017. Now, Leonard will be dropped from the route name, so it will just be called Bretnell, but as you can see, the route will travel around its normal alignment up until Agler Road. From there, it will turn east instead of west like it does now until it reaches Sunbury Road. It will then turn north onto Sunbury Road up until Easton Way. It will then turn east again onto Easton Way until it reaches Stelzer. Once it reaches Stelzer Road, it will travel north to the Easton Transit Center. So the number 9, instead of going to Northern Lights now or to Granville Center on Sunday, will travel to Easton 7 days a week. And as you can see, this blue line indicates standard 60 minutes or better bus service. We will now jump onto the West Broad Street local, and the West Broad and East Broad Street local is pretty much the only route that is not going to have their name changed or have any significant changes happen on May 1st because most of the changes to the route have already happened. As you can see, here is what the bus route looks like today. It's a straight shot out from downtown to Westwood's Park and Ride, with some trips ending at the Hollywood Casino. Now on May 1st, 2017, this route will be the exact same as it is today. So there'll be absolutely no changes at all to this bus route. However, 3 years ago, the bus route looked different than it did today. And I've made a little mock-up showing what the route used to look like. As you can see, the blue parts I've drawn were different parts of the route that were discontinued recently before the major changes happened. One small branch of the route was that select trips would travel to the ODOPS building. Another branch of the Broad Street bus that I used to take to when I had a summer job at the Habitat Restore out on the west side was the Wilson Road bus, and the bus would lay over at Wilson Road in Valley View. That unfortunately was eliminated. There was also another branch that traveled south on a road, which I don't remember what it was, west on Sullivan Avenue, and then north on Norton Road to get back to Broad Street. And there was also a small branch that did the same thing in that area, but only went north. The route also used to go all the way out to Galloway Road and lay over at a Kroger. However, that part was eliminated, and the route now ends at Westwood's Park and Ride. We will now take a look at the East Broad Street Local. And much like the West Broad Street Local, most of the changes to this route have already been made. So there will be next to no changes on May 1st, 2017. Here is what the route looks like today. Anyway, as you can see, it starts downtown at Broad and High and travels all the way out to the Limited Branch Logistics Center. That small triangle represents where select trips will end at Broad and Fairway. There's also a little section here where it will travel to Mount Carmel East and a branch that travels to ARC Industries. Now on May 1st, 2017, basically most of the route will still be the same. So basically the entire stretch on Broad Street itself will be the same on May 1st as it is today. However, the branch of the route that travels to ARC Industries is going to be dropped by the Broad Street route. And instead, you will have to utilize the Bryce Road Crosstown, which I think is already in service, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So, it will be serviced by the Bryce Road Crosstown May 1st, 2017. And like what I mentioned with the West Broad Street Local, this route has already had a number of its changes done. So here is a mock-up of what the route used to look like. There used to be a branch of the route that went down Yearling Road during rush hour, and the trips that currently end at Broad and Fairway used to end at Hamilton and May. There was also a small little layover area somewhere between the Taylor Station branch and the Limited Logistics Center. However, the Yearling Road bus was cut due to low ridership, and the Hamilton Road bus was eliminated because the TSR thinks that people can just get off the Broad Street bus and take the Hamilton Crosstown to get to areas they need to. Now, I actually remember my grandma used to talk about the Yearling Road bus several times, including one time where she rode the bus out to Yearling Road and back during a bad thunderstorm. And I remember riding the Broad Street bus all the way out to Limited Brands and back during a tornado warning. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, here is what the entire Broad Street route will look like on May 1st, 2017. Now this is both East and West Broad, so it might be harder to see. As you can see, the big red line from the west end of the bus route to Hamilton Road indicates 15 minutes or better bus service. And that blue line from Hamilton Road to the Limited Brands indicates standard bus service of 60 minutes or better. Though I think I read it's going to be like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Either way, bus service in terms of frequency will still be good, and it will be pretty good bus service on Broad Street, just like it is today. Now, this is only part 3 of the series, and there are many more parts coming. The next episode will cover routes 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now I'm going to tell you right now, 3 routes are getting eliminated. And if you want to see videos about routes 1, 2, 2L, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, links to the previous 2 episodes will be in the video info below the video. My name is Tape City. I appreciate your time watching this. Thank you for watching, and if you like what I'm posting now, feel free to subscribe. I still do have gaming content and Halo stuff and other interesting stuff coming up on YouTube. However, I've just been hung up with a lot of stuff, ranging from COTA TSR to work to the demise of my Tape City archive and a workplace injury to top it all off that have been hindering me getting these episodes out as well as everything else. So stay tuned, guys. I have gaming content and lots more COTA videos coming up. Thank you, and have a nice day.